Can't see clear through the smoke you created. I feel my feet on the ground and they're shaking. How am I supposed to save the situation? Why the steps getting wasted even though we feel the same? Would you hug me in the dark? Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again? Would you leave your finger marks on my body while it sways? Would you let my way find my way home again? My home is you. 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 Here we are, where we thought we'd never be. Is there ever a way to be free? Can we turn back time so long, my dear? How are we supposed to save the situation? Would you hug me in the dark? Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again? Would you leave your finger marks on my body while it sways? Would you let my way find my way home again? My home is you. 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 My home is you.
G'day, ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regards, and hello and welcome back to our world adventure here in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the Diamond DA40, the little plane that could. So this evening's leg will be will be leg number 77, and that will be a journey here from Mendoza, here in Argentina, back over the border, back into Chile, into Coquimbo, which is one of the major stops on the Pan-American Highway. Now, the thing being, of course, that we will have to again go with a high altitude over the top of the mountains. Because, oh shit. Okay, hang on. Well, that was an eventful way to start a stream, I must say. But now that we've definitely made ourselves known over there, and said thanks and all those things, that is absolutely awesome. The Corsair, hell yeah. Now I've got to involved in the video in some way, shape or form. Cheers to Mendoza as well for doing such a deal with Shane. That's awesome. Okay, now back to what we're doing here, which is flying from Mendoza to Coquimbo. So Vruden, we are at Sierra Alpha Mike Quebec, and we'll be journeying onward from here, back over the mountains. So, Bruton, you must be really happy about that, mate. Getting that helicopter into stressful situations again. But whilst you figure out what you're going to do in relation to that, we'll get started on this aircraft. Captain Scoop says, why can't I get English out of the mouth today? Captain Scoop, rather, says, hey there, g'day, Captain, how you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're going well there. Make sure that everything's initialized. Get that started going. Okay, there we go. Now that the engine is, shut up. We know the pitot heat's off. We'll turn that on. Turn off the fuel pumps, but maybe this time I'll actually remember to turn the fuel pumps back on at takeoff time, because kind of figured that I basically haven't done that for the whole journey so far, and I kind of need to do that because that would be the realistic thing to do. Right, let's make sure our CDI is good, make sure the barrow is good, make sure the lights are good, get those flaps out. And then to get back over these mountains, we're probably going to need the fully available maximum altitude that you can take a Diamond DA42. So I'm going to go ahead and enter 16,000 feet into my flight plan and adjust accordingly. There is no wind at all here at Mendoza. So it's kind of you take your pick on the runway that you want to take off from, but it kind of makes sense if you're leaving here from the parking area. The way to get over to the runway is down that way, so we may as well just go down and take off. Now I can see Druden, I can see Jacko, I can see Sean. In fact, I should probably just come back to the chat and say g'day to a few of you, seeing as I completely lost track of where I was and what was going on with the whole thing of what happened over in Shane's stream. So David Jacko says, g'day you sexy man, g'day you sexy man too. Hope you are doing well, Mr. Jacko. Sean Dale has found a pink wig for our trucking convoy later in the month. Fantastic. That reminds me, Sean, I need to go down to the local $2 shop and see if they've got anything in stock that works. And I may also need to just check out Kmart and see if they've got any like pink jackets or something to wear. And then all the messages came from William and Lonsky and all that in relation to Gammy and Brett in relation to winning the Corsair over at Shane's stream. But good day to all of you legends, and thanks for the heads up and welcome to the stream. Hope you are all doing very well. Gummy Wombat is saying it's too late for him, but he's just dropping in to say hi and night everyone. Have a great stream, right? Thank you very much, Gummy, and congratulations on your win as well, Mr. Wombat, on the Orbex product. It's well deserved, absolutely well deserved, and I cannot wait for you to do a demonstration on whatever product it is that you win or have won or whatever. William Kelly says, wish I could fly tonight, I'll be lurking. Not a problem, William, fully understand, all good, mate. And Mr. Leonard Rapier says, evening guys, g'day Wes, hope you are doing well, mate, hope you're still riding high after last night's awesome radio interview. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't catch that last night, Mr. Wes, Leonard Rapier 7090, had a radio interview over with Mr. Willie Canuck at Sky Blue Radio, talking about his DC6 journey and the Ring of Fire that he is doing. So if you haven't had an opportunity to check that out, please do jump over there, maybe give the podcast a bit of a listen. He played some fantastic tunes, spoke about some awesome content that's been going on the channel, some things that he's got planned in the future, spoke about our breast cancer fundraiser truck driving thing that we've got going on the 30th October this month, etc, etc. Oh, okay, Mr. Stew 333M says, g'day all, g'day Stew, mate, welcome to the stream, hope you are doing well. Alright, so, that runway is looking mighty tempting to me right now, so what we're going to do is we're going to get back in the aircraft, even though the engine's already started. It's not recommended you get out of the aircraft once the engine's started, but I like to live dangerously. So, we'll reach around, a bit of a reach around, grab the fashion accessory, otherwise known as the Track IR holder. And now I look 20 years old. And, hey, Garwin is here as well. He says good morning, as is Calling Pigeon. G'day, YouTube legends. Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are both doing absolutely fantastically. Let's remove this sparking brake. Well, I'm hoping it's not actually sparking, unlike Shane's 747 was. Well, it wasn't sparking, it was smoking. Somebody better call Quitline for that 747, honestly. Chris Koniki says hi. G'day, Chris, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. Why are we taxiing so fast here, DA40? I've got absolutely no engine power in. What's the deal here? Maybe this is what happens when there's no wind. Sean says he wishes he could put a hat on and look 20 years old. Our plot twist is that when Sean puts a hat on, he looks less than 20 years old. And Mr. Banjo has spawned the Junkers on the runaway. What a lovely aircraft that is to fly, especially in streams like this, Banjo. I approve of that choice. I really, really do. Wes is going to leave us all for his actual family. What an arsehole. I mean, only joking, Wes, only joking. Obviously, family before simming. Fully understand that, mate. Fozzie says, g'day all. G'day, Mr. Fozzie. How you going there, chef, sir? Hope you are doing well. Hope life is treating you relatively gently. And if it isn't, I hope it's using lube. Hey, Banjo's now in the chat. G'day, mate. Lovely choice of aircraft for this evening's flight, I must say. Probably going to be one of the more capable ones here at least clearing this mountain range, which we will be flying over. So, can I recommend full power and go, basically? Because otherwise you're going to run into issues. No, don't rush at all, Calling Pigeon. If there's a few people who are wanting to join, I am more than happy to just pull up here at the start of the runway and we can just sit here, listen to some tunes for a couple of minutes, have a bit of a conversation in the chat, let the others get themselves sorted. That is not a problem at all. More than happy to do that, you know. Nobody gets left behind, you know. Ahana means family. Garland says he can catch up if he can get it to load at all. Not a problem, Garland. That long EZ has got some serious get up and go anyway, so that's fantastic. You have to restart the whole computer. Not a problem. I'm more than happy to just chill out here. Calling Pigeon's flying the TBM. Garland's flying the long EZ. Alright, we have permission to depart. So, let's do exactly that. Oh god, Stu's already had a crash to desktop. This is, I better make sure that we're not next on that one. Through that middle part of the flight, as we go over the mountain range, it's going to be very, very difficult to try and find an airport to respawn at, that's for sure. I'm coming for you, Banjo. You better find the accelerator pedals in the next one, because it's real fast. Talk about hitting the gas at the right point there, Mr. Banjo. Well done, well done. Stream quality is bad. Have it listed at 720 by 60p, but it seems more like 144. Let me just get enough altitude here, Sean, to be confident the autopilot won't screw me over with the climb, and I will jump over and have a look at the Streamlabs, just to see if anything was decided that it would like to change itself. But I'm sort of also trying to fly out a little bit over Mendoza here so we get a nice view of the city itself, which is, I believe Mendoza is the 4th biggest city in Argentina. Don't quote me on that, but I'm sure that is in fact what it is. Right, anyway, I think we are good here. Allow the autopilot to do some stuff for us whilst we just quickly check in on. There we go, that's good, like it. Let's get some speed into this thing, especially seeing we're going to have a huge mountain range to cross. Alright, I better turn off the track IR before I go fiddling with the Streamlabs, otherwise my viewpoint is going to be going all over the shot. I'm going to look more drunk than I usually do when I'm flying. Not that I'm ever drunk when I'm flying, but you know what I mean. You'll have to let me know how the... Thank you very much, Drew. You literally took the words right out of my mouth. Alright, that should be much better now. I was literally about to ask the question in the chat. I've got a slightly different microphone position. How is it going? Drew answered my question before I could even ask it. I'll just have a quick look at the settings. Yep, no, Sean, all the settings are good here, mate. So... I don't know. Not sure. Amazingly, for once, Streamlabs hasn't gone and changed everything on me. Hey, Black Evo is here. G'day, Black Evo, mate. Welcome to the stream. He's coming all over, David Jacko. Look, as long as you guys have got a mop or a towel or something to clean up with, you do you. Alright, we're going to need to climb a bit faster, please, aircraft, if possible. I may have to retake manual control of this thing at some point. And I also just noticed one thing that my Streamlabs did change is it turned off my view account, it turned off my event list, it turned off my alert box. And I just noticed that Garmy Wombat 9 minutes ago left me a tip. Garmy, I know you're probably not here anymore, mate, but thank you very much for the donation. It is very, very much appreciated. And Streamlabs, I hate you sometimes. Now that everything's actually where it's meant to be, I don't know why it insists on doing stuff like that, changing the microphone randomly. It can get quite frustrating. Yeah, the beautiful Mendoza. What a city. I mean, imagine, like Santiago and Mendoza, two of the, I would have to say, would be two of the best locations visually to probably live. I mean, in fact, you've got this absolutely stunning mountain range just off of your back doorstep is quite phenomenal. Mike has directional variance. Now, let me just double check. Yep, the whole microphone is currently operational there. droop. Like the whole microphone, I don't have it set to any directional variance, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe Windows has altered some of my settings just to really screw with me. I don't know. No barrel rolls here, Captain Scoop, just like your streams, mate. These streams definitely have an air of professionalism surrounding them. Just keep that in mind. When I turn my head, yeah, okay. So, let me just have a quick look in my sound settings, just because when I did plug in that other microphone for the cooking on the fly that I did, it did do a whole heap of new and interesting things. So, let's just have a look. So how's that? Is that better? Because it should be a lot better, because now I've adjusted, as you guys saw on the stream, it was only at 45. But that should be much better now. Yeah. Again, shout out to Microsoft Windows and Streamlabs for doing completely insane things by adding and removing USBs from a computer. It just completely decides and dictates what it would and wouldn't like to do. Even though you don't actually don't ask it to do anything, it just dictates to you that it's going to do it anyway. Now, Gowan, I believe the minimum safe altitude is about 14.5, but please don't hold me to that, because I ain't a professional pilot. Blackadder is taking off, he will catch up, not a problem, Black. I'm more than happy to give you a slightly closer airport if there is one. I don't know if there will be, but I'm more than happy to look on the little nav map and just have a quick squeeze. But seeing as we're still actually on we're only just outside the RNAV pickup area for El Rio International Airport, which is the major airport there in Mendoza, something tells me that there ain't going to be any closer airfields. There is Sierra Alpha Mike uniform, Spalata Airport, which is up a little bit further. If you've still got to load into the Seminole, that Black Evo Sierra Alpha Mike uniform may be a better bet to join in the pack. But to also answer your question there, Darwin, I'm going to 16,000 feet. Just because with these mountain ranges, and with the fact that on the previous flight we were doing, over mountain ranges of 20,000 feet, only just clearing them, I figure it's better safe than sorry, so I'm going to go with the safe. Willie V says joining in VR as well. We'll catch up taking P38. Yeah, I don't need to give you any closer airports there, Willie, that's for sure. With that P38, you'll have no trouble in catching us at all. But Mr. Willie V, welcome to the stream. Good sir. It's a pleasure to have you here. Hope you are doing well. It has been a while since I've seen you in the chat, so I hope you are doing very, very well there, mate. Hope that life is treating you well, and I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correctly, that you may soon be heading over to your new place over in South Dakota, North Dakota, whichever one it was, I can't remember, but I'm sure you'll be able to direct me towards. I just can't. I could have sworn that was a September or October thing that you were speaking about. So if that's occurring, the sound a little bit so your voice will get better. Right. Okay. Hang on. Right, let's try that. For some reason, it keeps readjusting my microphone levels without me asking it to. That's really very annoying, Windows. Because I just literally adjusted all that, and then I just had to go back in and readjust all of that again. And it's doing it again. It is removing the volume straight away. As I'm speaking, the volume control for the microphone is going down. Alright, now let's see what happens now that I've done that. Okay, so it appears... What is it doing? Every time I speak towards it, Microsoft Windows just drops the microphone level. This is really annoying. Really, really annoying. Like, because I keep dragging it up to 100, and as I'm speaking to you guys right now, the microphone level is now back down to 50, which is now back down to 49, 48, 47, 45, down to 40. Yeah, no, I've disallowed third-party applications from using it there, Captain Scoop. I've actually made it so that they are not allowed to manage it on my behalf. Alright, now let's see if that... Okay, so that doesn't appear to be doing anything there. So, now... Oh, for God's sake. Alright. So that doesn't appear to be altering anything now. It appears anyway. But I wonder what happens if I speak a little bit louder. Yeah. So basically, if I speak too loudly or project my voice too much like I am right now, even though I'm speaking quite normally, the microphone is just like, nope. And none of the tips and tricks and fixes on the internet seem to work for it. Yep, all my drivers are up to date. Everything's up to date. Everything's where it's meant to be. But, it is called a Kingston HyperX Quadcast. Hasn't had this problem in all the previous streams I've done, so I don't know why it's having this problem now. There is no gain on the microphone. There is a custom driver for my microphone loaded in. As I said, this is... Yeah. I'm gonna do that now, Willie. Because, yeah, something's definitely not right. And as I said, this is the first stream where we've had this issue. So now, even though I have the drivers installed, I do not have Kingston's program itself, which is designed for all compatible HyperX products, called HyperX Ingenuity. So I'm going to download that. And I'm going to hope that that potentially solves the problem. Yeah, so Kingston HyperX Ingenuity is not included as part of Kingston's drivers yet because it is still in beta. That is why I avoided getting it. However, turns out that I probably need to have it. Yeah, no, there's nothing to access, Willie. Except for the control panel itself within Windows. So that's what I've been using up until now, but obviously that is not correct, quite clearly. Let me also try switch the microphone to cardioid polar pattern. Alright, how's that? I've now popped it to a cardioid polar pattern. It doesn't appear to be adjusting the volume anymore now when I speak quite loudly as well within Microsoft Windows. Now that might be because I just adjusted the cardioid pattern, or that might also be because I now have the Kingston Ingenuity software taking over from Microsoft Windows in its control of the device. Even though it clearly states in the manual for this microphone that you do not need the Kingston Ingenuity software to run the correct drivers. You just need to download the drivers from the Kingston website, which I did. Anyway. We now appear to be... it isn't as loud as it was before, it's more consistent. Let me just... Alright. Alright, now let's see how that goes. Let me just bring up control panel again to make sure that it's not doing things in the background that I can't control. But doesn't appear to be. And even if I go really loud, it's still not doing anything. So there we go. That appears to have solved the issue, whatever it was. I have no idea. But I'm assuming it is related to the fact that now I do have the Kingston HyperX Ingenuity software installed. So there you go. Yes, the microphones could, the mountains could potentially cause a serious problem here, Shane. You are not wrong. We are at 16,000 feet, and that ain't gonna be remotely enough. Must be in a... So I actually turned the polar pattern back to where it was, and actually played with the little thingamajiggy that's on the bottom of the microphone, which doesn't deal with polar patterns but has something to do with background noise or something like that, the cancellation of background noise, and I reduced that a little bit And then I went into the Kingston HyperX Ingenuity software and made it so that no other program can have control of the microphone except for the Kingston HyperX Ingenuity software. And it's solved the problem so far. Anyway, so far. Let me make that very clear. Is the problem solved so far? Alright, I need to climb. The service ceiling of a Diamond DA40 is 16,000 feet, which is what we're currently at. So, we're screwed to put it in the best way possible. So what we're about to see is we are about to see a the GP or the autopilot won't even allow you to put more than 20,000 feet in. Cool. That's fantastic. So the only thing I can think of is, alongside the fact that Windows was trying to take control of the microphone, obviously there was some sort of background noise being picked up by the microphone. Possibly my PC fans. So it was just muffling whatever it possibly could without realizing that in the process it was also muffling my voice. But thank you very much to everyone for the heads up about that, because I wouldn't have even clicked to the fact that Windows was playing funny buggers with my microphone in the background. Better not say that too loudly, or Bill Gates is going to come and stab me in my sleep if I say Mac ground on one of his PCs. Alright. So this scenery is absolutely spectacular, but taking the DA40 beyond its limits for the second flight in a row, because we were at 20,000 feet on the way in as well, so that's always fun. And if we do find that 20,000 feet isn't enough to get over these mountains, well, I guess I'm hand flying. But yeah, as I said, massive thank you to everyone for the assistance there with the microphone. As I said, had you have not pointed that out, I wouldn't have figured it out. And then you guys would have been like, what is wrong with this bloke's new microphone that he just bought? So, thank you. Vruden says, I don't think I'm going to make this one. Vruden, there is I don't know if you can see my screen right now, mate, but there is a valley between the two mountains just here that you could fly through. There is also, over there in the distance, there is two valleys between the mountains that you could put your helicopter through if you needed to. Oh wow, there's mountains on both sides now. That's, yeah. Hey, Josh Manchester, mate. Welcome to the stream, mate. Hope you are doing very, very well, sir. Very, very well. There's some spectacular scenery right now here, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I cannot fault this in any way, shape or form. Obviously, there is some really good aerial imagery available for this part of the world here in Argentina and Chile, and as you can see, it's just fantastic to look at. Yes, Star? What's up? What's up? let's try that with the omnidirectional in the correct setting for streaming, and let's see what happens there. Drew with the donation. Drew, thank you so much, mate. Very, very appreciated, especially with the current frustrations, let me tell you. But no, thank you very much, Drew. Really, really appreciate that. Please do let me know if the microphone keeps playing up, because that will then basically mean that the Kingston software doesn't work, which is why in the first place they would have told me not to bother about having the Kingston software. But it did seem to work for a small period of time there, so who knows? I did not have the Kingston software, Wes, until just before. Now, looks like we might actually be going to make this, which is good. However, Wes, it does appear that no matter what happens, that the Kingston software doesn't seem to be doing much anyway into solving the problem. So your guess is as good as mine. It sort of does seem to solve the problem, and then it doesn't solve the problem. Then it does solve the problem, then it doesn't solve the problem. So I've sort of given up on relying on it, and I guess I'll just monitor it in I don't know, how's that, it's good at the moment? Okay, alright. I should probably just make sure. Alright, maybe we may actually be where we need to be right now. Hopefully. It's omnidirectional. It's facing the correct direction. The gain is where Kingston recommends the gain should be for streaming based on distance from me as the person who is doing the streaming. So, sounds good now. Okay, right. I'm just gonna let it do its thing then. It's in a good position. It's, you know, it's just there. You guys can see it obviously now in the green screen. So if that's the position it needs to be in, that's the position it needs to be in. So we're just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna run into her or anything. It's nice out of my arm ways and all that. So fine. If that's where it needs to be, that's where it needs to be. It can stay. It's the wrong color. Yeah, well, it's good though, because when it's lit up red, it means it's monitoring my voice, and when it's not lit up red, it means it's on mute. So I don't even need to use Streamlabs to do my microphone muting and all that anymore. I can literally just, on the top of that, adjust it wherever it needs to be adjusted. And yeah, quality has jumped as well with whatever you did. So basically, I just had another quick look on the Kingston website under their help area in best way to set up a microphone, or set up the Kingston HyperX Quadcast microphone for streaming purposes in a very, and I selected not a good room for sound, because this isn't a good room for sound. It's concrete walls, concrete floor. Everything, you know, reverberates off itself, etc. There's nothing to stop the echo, all that sort of stuff. So, they recommended having it at, you know, just beyond shoulder length, away from you, just off to the side, with the microphone facing directly up, so that any voice that is projected is automatically fed into the pop filter and into the microphone. So, there you go. Problem solved. Who'd have thought? I am only just going to clear this. But and that is simply because of the way the flight plan is taking us as well. It's not taking us over the very top of it. Gowan says, I have the dumbest ATC on the planet. It wants me to send to 2K. 2K. Yeah, that, honestly, Gowan, that doesn't seem like the smartest idea right now. I don't know how I came to that conclusion, but I did. Yeah. Whereas they actually make a slightly smaller version of this microphone, that also has a mute button on it. It just doesn't have the light on it. And that is about $100. But I mean, this is only 180 or something from JB Hi-Fi, so it's still a very good priced microphone for what it is. You just have to make sure, obviously, like most high quality audio stuff, that you set it up correctly. I'm now going to have the microphone properties levels sitting in that screen over there for the rest of the stream. And just see how and when it decides that it wants to start being a piece of shit to me. And if it keeps on deciding that it wants to be a piece of shit to me, I'll, don't know. It's almost like after a couple of minutes of listening, it starts to drop the audio levels on its own, which is just stupid. And Shane, when I ran voice meter potato, yeah, see, it's already starting to drop. Alright, let's try it like this. Maybe like that then. And huge shout out to Blackadder and Sean Dale for their donations, both greatly appreciated. It appears that my donation alert thing is not working. I'll just add it to the list of shit that's not currently working properly on the stream. And yeah, that's we'll just go from there then. Hey, how does that sound? Fantastic, beautiful. Glad we had this conversation. No, but seriously, cheers to the both of you. Very much appreciated. The continuous support of this channel completely blows my mind. It really, really does. So thanks, legends. I'm assuming that the microphone isn't being a prick right now, so that's good news. And now that we've cleared that mountain range, I'm going to go make a quick visit to the pilot's room and just breathe for a second, and I shall return soon. Alright, so, I am back. No, I'm not angry or anything, guys. I just wanted to remove myself from the situation before I got to the point where I started to get, you know, angry or frustrated or whatever. It's just simply an annoying thing that sometimes occurs, but whatever. Like, in the end, I'm just going to keep monitoring it throughout the stream. I'll obviously get you guys to keep an eye on it as well and tell me how it's going and whatever, and if you notice anything going wrong. And as I was saying before, I did try using the voice meter potato, Shane, if you are still here and listening, but the problem is that it kept messing with the rest of my audio settings on my computer, so I could never use my speakers properly or anything like that. So I think I might actually have to get a separate, like, amplifier or audio mixer-majiggy thing that you get for a computer. Sean Dale says, Christian Cephas has made a donation to the Cancer Council convoy. I wonder if OzFlight Simmer could help promote. Thank you, Christian. Yeah, huge shout out to... I mean, I know Christian's probably not currently watching this stream, but a massive shout out to Christian, who does hang out over with Willie Canuck over at Sky Blue Radio, usually in the chat over there with the streams that he does over there. I've come across him quite a few times. He's always there whenever I'm on the radio show with Willie. And yeah, he saw the, sorry, let me rephrase that. He heard about the pink ribbon drive that we're doing and went ahead and donated money to it. So shout out to Christian there as well. And I will just plug it again in this stream and probably many more streams into the near future as well. On the 30th of October, myself and a couple of the other boys, I know for a fact that Wes is going to be hosting a convoy as well within Euro Truck Simulator. I'll be hosting a convoy, so that enables straight away 14 other people to join us and drive along, and I guarantee you Sean's definitely going to be one of them. And we're going to be doing 12 hours of driving over in Euro Truck Simulator to raise money for Go Pink in October, or Pinktober, or whatever you may refer to it as in your particular neck of the woods, and basically to support and raise money and raise awareness for breast and gynecological cancers. And of course, all of us boys, especially the ones who will actually be live streaming the event, we will be decked out in some sort of pink, whether it be a wig, a t-shirt, both, whatever, and trying to at least drink pink or eat some pink snacks or something, you know, to sort of, as well as making our own personal contributions to the donation fund on the day of the stream. So if you are wondering why myself or Wes or anybody else who's hosting or streaming on their channel, if they're not hosting, because we still need to contact Brett about that, the reason for that is because we're going to, obviously, in line with adding to the stream, going to be making our donations on the day. And I mean, I don't know if it's something that Shane would be interested in being involved in, or even if he wants to do a once-off truck stream on the OzFlight Simmer channel. I will let him decide on that one. I'm not going to try and push him in one way or another. That is completely up to him. I just figured I'd throw it out there, especially seeing as he could make a return as Mary for that stream. But I'm going to leave it there. Please, nobody pressure Shane either to do it, because as we know, his channel is dedicated to simulation that is relating to flight. So it's not as easy as waking up the next day and just deciding that he's going to join in / possibly stream it. It's something that he'll probably need to think about and speak about and dwell on for a while before he makes a decision. And whatever that decision is, I completely respect it as well. Let's start. Come here. You want to? Hey. Come on. Thanks for all the dog hair and the slobber on the face. Thank you very much for that, Star. Much appreciated. No worries, Shane. Will do. Will do. Again, I want to reiterate, Shane, please do not feel any pressure. But I figured that I should just let you know that it was a thought process that went through my head. Should I have done it live on a stream? Well, maybe not. But, oh well. So, we should be able to drop a little bit of altitude soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my autopilot up to take us back down to 16,000 when we get the opportunity to go back down to 16,000. Obviously, for the moment, we need to stick with where we are currently. Sean says, could you imagine living in this area? I put into my mind as the Alps, Pyrenees in Europe. They're special people. Yeah, it would be quite... What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Hey? What do you want? Can you not lick the joystick, please? The joystick doesn't have any treats to you. Okay? Not lick the whiteboard either. I don't think the ink is probably good for dogs. Oh, you want to come up here now, do you? You want to come up here now? Before you wanted to get down, now you want to come up here. Bloody women don't know what they want. Yeah, let me pick you up. Okay. What are you doing? If you're coming up here just to be a shit, you're succeeding. I hope you know that. What are you sorry for there, Sean? I'm confuzzed. Why are you looking away? Hey? Oi. Hello. You are incredibly close to my face right now. Right, you want to get down again now? You've had enough of me annoying you. Now you know what it feels like. You're annoying me 24/7. Okay? Now you want up again. Oh, you don't know what you want, do you? You just don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. You want down, then you want up, then you want down, then you want up. It's like having a toddler. Alright, come on then. But if you come up this time, I'm not going to put you down again in like 30 seconds of you being up here. Come on. Push. 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 Oh. Alright. Oz, can you not? Oz Flight Simmer says, night everyone. Night Shane. Look after yourself there, mate. Have a good one. Catch you later. And Wes says the same thing as well. Yeah. Sounds good. Mate, Wes, you look after yourself, good sir. Stay safe. Enjoy your time with the family down there in Radelaide. And, yeah. And, no, Sean. Not at all. You know, I thought it was only fair that Shane should know about the planned convoy and potentially should have the option to, can you not lick my keyboard? And my face either. Oh my god. Nah, you're not coming up here anymore. You're annoying the crap out of me. You're annoying me. Yeah, no, sorry. As I was saying, Shaundale, nothing too much to be concerned about there, mate. You know, I probably should have just said something to Shane in private. You, at no point did you say that Shane should... Oh my god! Alright, you just invite yourself up here then. At no point did I say that Shane should 100% drive or whatever, but it just sort of came to mind whilst we were speaking about it, that I should at least let him know that, and give him the opportunity, if he would like, to be involved with it. From his channel. But, you know, so that's why I brought it up. So nothing to be sorry about there, Sean. Oh my god, dog. What is wrong with you, Star? You are insane. Stop trying to chase your tail whilst you're on my lap. It's not going to end well. Yeah, unfortunately not a night doggo at all, because she just invited herself up onto my lap after I put her down for being an annoying little shit. And now she's being an annoying little shit up here. Aren't you? You are not lightweight. You're like 13 kilos of dog. Oh my god, I'm getting attacked. Come here, nut job. If you let me put you in a position, you'll be comfortable. But the problem is you keep squirming and being a little shit. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, wow. Puppy dogs. Don't know what they want, but they'll go and try and get it anyway. I am now covered in dog hair. Head to toe in dog hair. I love having her come up here and sit with me, but when she does stuff like trying to chase her tail on my lap, trying to do circles, and she's 13 kilos of dog, I mean, you've got to protect what's most important to the man, if you know what I mean. And she's putting her feet wherever the hell she feels. So, oh God, I just washed this jacket, and now it's absolutely covered. Glad I got myself a lint roller so that I can help to clean up some of her mess. Alright, now that my keyboard and mouse and the Thrustmaster TCA side stick have all been wonderfully licked to death by a dog who obviously thinks that there's food on all those surfaces, and I can guarantee you right now that there is not, because I keep all my gaming surfaces incredibly clean, especially my peripherals. I'm going to have to give him a good sanitized wipe at the end of this stream now, thanks to a certain dog. I can actually focus on the flight that's ahead of us here. So, I mean, there's been no shortage of things to look at so far on this flight, I must say. It has been quite something. I've been working with Star ever since the cooking stream. I've been working extremely hard with her on the down and stay and no, so that so that come the next cooking on the fly, she's not consuming food behind me without me realizing until it's too late, like what happened on a Saturday night. And so far, it's going really well. So hopefully by next cooking on the fly, we have a dog who will actually listen to me when I say, don't do that, get down, stay, etc. Yeah, that's exactly right, Banjo. Crushed nuts. That was what I was most concerned about receiving at that point, thanks to a certain pupper. Alright, so now that I can drop back down to 16,000, we'll do exactly that. So we will make sure that the allowed speed is a little bit higher, so we can actually lose the altitude required. Oh my God, there's something crawling on me. Who knows what Doggo's got? That sounds really bad, but no, she doesn't have anything like fleas or anything. She just who knows what she's rolled in or whatever in recent times that she's then possibly transferred across to me. You know how these dogs are. Alright, so now we're going to have a nice... we're going to bring it back down to 16,000 feet. We're going to actually be flying this DA40 the way it's meant to be flown again, which is nice. And maybe for the rest of the stream I can actually focus on the flight as opposed to microphone issues, dog issues, etc. So the good news is that the microphone hasn't adjusted itself since I got annoyed with it and basically just... I don't even know what I did, but it hasn't adjusted itself, so... Whatever. I'm cool. I'm happy. That's all that matters. You guys seem to be able to hear me all good, so... Hey. We'll have a quick look here at the little nav map. Everybody's all bunched up. I'm at the back as usual. Oh wow, there's been so much stuff occurring on this flight that we are already, and when I say so much stuff occurring, I mean on my end with sorting through things and then being attacked by a dog multiple times. We are actually not that far out from the destination airport, so I do apologise to all you legends who obviously came along for a, you know, an awesome flight and all that, and it's basically been a stream of why can't we hear Bryce, and now Bryce is getting his nuts crushed by a dog. I hope you guys have had at least enough time to be able to focus on the fantastic scenery that has been put before you by Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just going to wander around the corner for 2 seconds because I know she's around there and I can hear her doing things, and I reckon she's getting herself into mischief. As I expected, I saw her over there trying to get into her food bag, which is up on the bench. She's all completely stretched up, just with the tongue out like, yeah. Little shit. And then, of course, I went there to move the food bag back a bit, and, of course, because she saw me touch the food bag, she automatically assumes she's getting more food. Oh, I'm not going to bash myself over it there, Sean, but... And I know you guys can amuse yourselves, but I sort of look at it and go, the whole point of streaming this is to interact with you, wonderful legend, and obviously also provide a form of entertainment. And I haven't been able to do that basically for the first hour and a half of this stream. Star! Already had your food, you've had lots of snacks, you've had peanut butter off a spoon. What else do you want? And it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Please sleep so that I don't have to deal with a grumpy dog tomorrow. Thank you. Gowan says ribs and corned beef are on the smoker. You need to stop teasing us about this, Garwin, unless you've already put it in my snack pack that you're sending my way, and I know you haven't because you can't by law. So this is very unfair abuse on my taste buds. Sean was entertained by crushed nuts. I'm glad you were, Sean. I'm glad you were. You put a pic on Discord to help me drool. Thank you very much, Garland. I know you're always looking out there for me. It's very much appreciated. Damn, they do look good though, Garland. I'll give you that, mate. They look really, really good. So, you know, all things considered, please do post a finished product as well. Especially seeing as by the time the finished product is probably ready, I will have already slept and I'll be eating food of my own tomorrow, so therefore I won't be so jealous. Payback for the meal you made on the last cookie on the fly. Fair call, Garland. Fair call. I don't really have a comeback to that, so when I wake up tomorrow, I will obviously see the finished photos. Speaking of which, I don't know if this is good news. I guess it kind of is good news. And that is the fact that from this Friday, I will be working back at the Tappers Place due to the fact that Victoria's vaccination rate is well and truly beyond what people predicted. As in, when I say people, I mean the medical experts and all that. They've decided to end lockdown early in Metro Melbourne, and they've reduced capacity restrictions in regional Victoria. So there's actually enough of a capacity restriction now to make it worthwhile opening the business. So I'll still be able to stream in the evenings, and it won't really change that much. It may mean that we won't be able to do the 3 cooking on the flies in October, like I originally had promised. I was kind of going to try and do another cooking on the fly this weekend and the following weekend. However, it's probably not going to happen anymore. There's still going to be a case of 1 cooking on the fly per country, though. That's not going to change. So there we go. But it's nice. Star's not very impressed with the helicopter that's currently flying over. She's growling at it. It's quite funny. Hey, the DA40's done that thing again where the flaps automatically start to come out at a certain altitude. I'm wondering if that's because of how slow I was flying up there at 20,000 feet to help with lift. It pulled the flaps out. Because that's not the first time that's done that. And I know for a fact that I retracted those after takeoff. But I'm going to retract those. We've got some altitude to very much lose here so that we can get ourselves down here into Coquimbo. Speaking of which, we have 5 knots of wind, and the 5 knots of wind does not alter which runway you land on, as the 5 knots is a direct crosswind. So either 3.5 or 1.7 at this point appears to be, both appear to be an option for landing. So if you are making that decision right now, it doesn't matter. That may obviously change as you get closer towards the ground. It just isn't windy around here at all today. You see, the thing is, Garwin, yeah, no, actually, you're right. I was going to try and come up with some sort of amazing rhetoric to the whole, you got to pay the bills and stuff, but no, you're 100% right. I've got to pay the bills and stuff, so, yeah. And it's not even a thing of once a month, Garwin, it's one per country. So, some months we'll have quite a few cooking on the flies, and then there'll be, you know, when we're going through bigger countries, we may need to have more than one cooking on the fly, or there may be a significant period of time where we don't have one. You know, a perfect example, I guess, would be in the United States of America. I can see us having quite a few cooking on the fly episodes, simply because there is such a broad cuisine across the United States, depending on what part of the United States you are in. You know, the southern United States is very different to what you can get over in Detroit or over in New York or places like that. So, but I think the next country that we visit that we haven't yet flown through is Paraguay. I'm not 100% sure when that will be occurring. It is leg 90 or close to leg 90, I believe, or it's in the high 80s. So it will probably be, I would say, not far in difference from the weekend where we're doing the trucking. And on the Sunday of the weekend where we're doing the trucking, so the 31st of October, we are doing a Halloween special flight where we are flying from Halloween Town, so St. Helens in Oregon. We're going to make a quick hop over to Portland International Airport, where we'll be swapping into more long-range aircraft and making our way across to London Heathrow. I have placed a stop in that flight plan in Kangerlussuaq in Greenland for those who are interested in flying the A320 on that particular route, because there's a really, really good livery available for the A320. Those who want to fly bigger aircraft also obviously more than welcome to do exactly that. Why won't this plane descend? Descend into madness, if you would. I know why it won't descend, because I haven't got the bloody altitude set for descent. That would be why. Well done, Bryce. Well done. DC6. So the flight is 4,400 nautical miles. I think the DC6 actually has enough range to complete that flight, Sean. However, speed may be an issue, because it's already a 10-hour flight. And then once we get over to London Heathrow, we're going to swap into helicopters and seaplanes, or water-capable aircraft, depending on what you want to refer to them as. And we will be making a very, very quick 10-minute hop over to the Oakley Court Hotel, which was the site of Frankenfurter's house in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So basically we're flying from St. Helens, Halloween Town, to the Oakley Court Hotel in the most direct way that we possibly can, using flying machines. And then, of course, not to mention, next Thursday night as well, we are double streaming with Shane, Mr. Oz Flight Simmer, over there on his route from Queenstown to Napier and back to Queenstown. And we'll be flying the fly-by-wire A320 in that stream. So if it's an aircraft that you haven't flown yet or whatever, I may be able to give you a couple of pointers here and there. I'm certainly not professional at it yet, which is why I haven't made a video on it. But yeah, we'll be multi-streaming that with Shane next Thursday. And when I say next Thursday, I mean next Thursday, Shane's time. For some of you, that may still be Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. Yeah, Vruden got over that mountain range in the heli. Vruden, that is a hell of an effort. A hell of an effort there, mate. Well done. My plane really is against the whole descending thing. The only thing that this is doing is descending into madness. Well, yes, that is very true, Drew, but thanks to Tony and Brett Plays, I now have a community folder manager where I can add and remove my third-party software, both payware and freeware, at the click of a button. So that should no longer, hopefully, be an issue. It should just, if any of the add-ons or whatever are causing issues, I should just simply be able to remove them and still get on with it. I am obviously aware of the fact that it may bring issues that are not so easy to solve, such as crash to desktop, etc, etc. Obviously, I don't have a way to fix that, but share again if you don't mind. Yeah, absolutely can do. I just need to remember where it was placed. Was somewhere in... Yeah. So, copy link. I'm just going to place it into general chat in the Discord. It is called Microsoft Flight Simulator Add-ons Linker. I'll also pop a link now into the YouTube chat as well. So that's a link to the download for it. And basically that enables you to add and remove any files that you want to add and remove to your flight simulator on the fly. That program will also start the sim for you. It will remove the Xbox Game Studios, Black Shark AI, and Asobio Studio start screen in the startup, enabling you to start your flight simulator in a faster time as well, if that is something that people are at all interested in. So I'm going to overfly Sierra Charlie Tango Golf here, and I'm going to come around that island that we're looking at and come in the other way, simply because of how high up the aircraft is. But what I am going to do right now is I'm going to add the fashion accessory to the head. Track IR on. Take the autopilot off. No worries, Drew, mate. All good. I needed to start looking for something to enable me to do stuff like that, because now, obviously, as you can understand, after more than 12 months of the sim being released, there is a significantly large amount of fantastic freeware available for the sim, but of course it doesn't install and remove in the same way that the payware does with its simple use of exe applications and stuff like that. So I had to figure out a way that I could sort of easily add and remove these files instead of having to go into my community folder and move them to another folder and then put them back into the community folder. And then, so this just does all of that for me. Alright, so I'm going to make a steep right-hand turn here, very, very steep right-hand turn. See the runway over there, so we'll just lay off the steepness of that turn for a moment. Okay, we are still carrying quite a bit of speed, so we're going to try and wipe some of that speed off now on this turn. A little bit wide there on the turn, but that's alright. We'll bring it back around. Speed still very much on our side here for doing this, so nothing really to be concerned about. Okay, now apologies to everyone that I'm about to have a head-on collision with on the runway. Shaundale says that wasn't funny. I'm not... did something happen, Sean? Did you stall? What occurred over there, mate? Oh! That was a hard landing. What the hell happened there? Just like fell out of the sky. Also, why does this airport look so small and sparse, and yet on little nav map it's a proper airfield? That's quite interesting. Anyway, is what it is. That's cool. I think that's because this is not the main airfield of Coquimbo. I believe the main airport for Coquimbo is actually slightly further north in a suburb called La Serena. But that's fine. Luckily, we're all flying relatively small aircraft, so it doesn't really create an issue. Chudakan OFC says of a walk there in Lagoa Nova right now. So are you like currently in this area in real life there, mate? If you are, that's awesome. And by the way, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. Why is there an ATR 72 acting like a tail dragger? That's interesting. Very interesting. Going to park behind said ATR 72 tail dragger. And turn off the track IR and we'll get that... what's it called? Drone. We'll get that bloody drone camera going, and we'll get Vruden and Fozzie and Black Evo coming in for a landing. Yeah, so I wonder where this La Serena airport is. Probably just on the other side of those mountains where that big blue and white marker was just showing up. But anyway, it's not an issue. As I said, you know, we are flying only GA aircraft, so it doesn't matter so much that we're landing at small airports like this. I was very surprised by the size of it based on what little navmap was telling me. But we are not far now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Atacama Desert, and I believe in the next stream or two we will actually be heading into San Pedro de Atacama, which is in the middle of the Atacama Desert, which should be pretty spectacular based on how the textures on the ground are already starting to change as we leave the colder parts of Chile and make our way further north. Yes, I did, Garwin. So 100% we will go there. However, the routing that I've got going on is a little bit different to what you may expect it to be. So we're actually going to go up into the Atacama, and then we're going to go across the Atacama and up above the Atacama. And at that point, we're then going to jump back across into Argentina and do the second part of Argentina that we missed. And I'll grab that for you, Calling Pigeon, whilst I'm explaining the rest of this. So we're going to jump back across into Argentina into the part that we missed. Like Cordoba and Buenos Aires and all that. Then we will be heading into Paraguay and Bolivia, and then we will go into Peru. And at that point, I will enact that detour that you threw in there, Garland. So, because of my possibly insane routing that I've set up, it will cause that. Now, what was the name of that song? It is Arms of Gold, Tape Machines featuring... Yeah, okay. I'm going to miss Black Evo landing here because... Well, we can blame Calling Pigeon for this one, even though I could have waited until after he was landed to tell him this. William says, how much time do you spend researching where you're going to fly? It's impressive. A fair bit. I will, when I get to a point where I've recorded the videos that I need for the week and I've edited them and they're already uploaded to YouTube and scheduled to come out at the time that I schedule them at, I will usually have Microsoft Flight Simulator and Little Nav Map open. I'll be planning where we're going next based on what I can see visually and based on what I know is in the general locations that we're heading to. So to give you a perfect example, William, I already have a general idea planned out in routes of where we are going all the way up to Route 210 or something. So we're already planned out to the start of Japan. But the brilliant thing about that is that obviously it's very easy to modify, easy to add, easy to remove, easy to fly in various different places. That's a fantastic landing there, Fozzie, well done. Brilliant stuff. And that was something that was very important that I sort of had to realise, that if I was going to start, because I have detour requests and all that involved, I obviously had to make the routing that I chose easily modifiable, especially if I was going to start making routes well ahead of time, which I've done. And you'll actually see, if you use flight plans from the Discord, in a couple of flights time from now, you'll see plans that say leg whatever number updated, and that is simply because I've gone back to those flight plan legs and gone, oh, actually no, that's not fantastic, or I've loaded it up into Little Nav Map, which I didn't have operating when I made some of these legs. I think everything from leg 100 or so I had Little Nav Map operating, but prior to that I didn't. So sometimes I find that there's waypoints that don't exist, or airports that don't exist, or things like that, and I have to alter it. So yeah. Sean says, everyone, thank you for a brilliant afternoon. My landing was awful. Hope all technical issues resolved and the staff are in line, e.g. start next time, Bryce. Yep. I hope so too, Sean. I hope so too. I hope she's very much in line, although she's now asleep, so that's a good thing. But Sean, mate, you know, nothing to be ashamed about with the landing. That's why it's a sim and not real life. Shit happens. You saw my landing. That's probably the hardest. Like, I bounced. This is the first time I've bounced the DA40 and landing in 77 legs of flying. So, there you go. But Sean, you look after yourself there, mate. Have a good one, and thank you very much for the continued support of the channel, the donations, everything that you do. It is absolutely fantastic.
You said things could only get better. I need it more than ever. They don't.
And we have Vruden making his way in now in the helicopter. This is the fact that Vruden has managed to make it over that range twice, 2 streams in a row, and has not crashed the helicopter. An absolute phenomenal effort here from this man. He is, you know, everybody speaks of how cool it is with the round the world journey and doing in the DA40 and all that sort of stuff, but this man has done almost every single leg so far in this H135 helicopter. He's done everything that we've thrown at him in a helicopter. So shout out to Bruden for really taking this to another level. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have chosen to do an around the world journey in a helicopter, and I think he's yeah, it certainly takes some skill, as you've seen, especially when the helicopter only has a service ceiling of about 12,000 feet and you've got to climb 20,000 feet mountains, or you've got to put it through the valley. So, well done, Vruden. Very, very nice. Beautiful landing as well.
They keep on telling lies. That is how we stay alive.
Alright, let's get a nice...
So you know that
I mean, how nice is that? Airport's almost right on the beach. We could have actually landed over there on the beach. It's so clear, so much clear space. But, ladies and gentlemen, Legends of the Highest Regard, that does bring us to the end of Leg 77 here in the World Adventure within Microsoft Flight Simulator in our little plane that could the Diamond DA40. So, welcome to Coquimbo, one of the major towns here on the Pan-American Highway here in South America in Chile. I do hope that everyone did enjoy that flight, did enjoy the absolutely phenomenally stunning scenery that we were given for a second stream in a row. And I must say again, a huge thank you to all of you who assisted with the microphone issues, who were patient whilst I sorted out, patient with me being attacked by Doggo, etc, etc. Very much appreciated. But Legends, wherever you are in the world, you look after yourselves, you stay safe, you stay well, you don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I will catch you, Legends, in the next stream. And again, a huge shout out to those of you who did make donations tonight. It really, really does help me progress this channel further and further and further, so I can't thank you guys enough. You know, there's only so much that words can convey. But until next time, e.g. tomorrow night, cheers. That's how we stay alive.
How do we get this low? You come over and we start a fight. Never know who's wrong or right. Feel nothing when you go. I know it's not intelligent, drinking for the hell of it, but that's irrelevant now. We should talk about us. How come we're holding on? 'Cause really I don't see the benefits now.